Morning everyone, it's Jeff from Rust Bucket Valley Garage. We are in the beautiful city of Santa Ana and we are picking up a new car for us, and we're waiting for the guy right now. There it is right there. It is a 2008 Ford Mustang and won't run, won't start. So the body on it is pretty good. It's got a problem where somebody tried to take and do a tune-up on it and they messed up some of the wiring. So we're going to see if we can straighten that out, and so we'll get it on the tow truck here. So this right here was a mechanic special. Didn't start and all this kind of stuff, and some young person had done some work on here, and the firing order on these, it's not like 456, it's 464 or 465. So these two were mixed up, and I started it up and it runs. How about that? All right.
I told you.
So we've got the Mustang back into our work area, and we've able to take and ascertain some of the things that are going on with it. We did get it running when we were over in Santa Ana, so that was pretty good. So kind of a wiring mix-up where things was backfiring and everything, and the battery was also low on it, so we put a jump box on it and we switched the plug wires around and we got it running. But it was advertised on Facebook Marketplace as a mechanic special, and it is. So in going around the vehicle, we have some body damage right here. That'll be easy to take and pull out, and then we can go ahead and blend that in. We went ahead and went into the inside. This is a very common problem right here, that this is tore up, so we ordered another one of those. That'll be here pretty soon. We went ahead and run the codes that are in the computer, because it seems after we ran it just a little bit, it went into limp mode. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit of a pain that we got to take and deal with that. There's some paint discoloration on the left front fender, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to pull this front fender off and then take it right back down to the metal, because right here you can see where the something has happened to the paint, where the paint has come all the way off, all of the layers right down to the metal, and then somebody put some kind of paint on here. So we're going to sand all this off and just strip the whole thing, so make it a little bit easier to finish. On the front grille, there's a crack right here, and also there's a panel in here. This does not have fog lights, but there's a panel here that's missing. So we ordered a front bumper and we ordered that panel. But mechanically wise, it's when we got it to run out in Santa Ana, this is a real strong engine. It's a 6-cylinder, it's a 4-liter. It's had some work done on it. It's had regular maintenance on it. It's got about 177,000 miles on it. So we feel pretty confident in the engine. However, it is in limp mode, and it is probably this throttle position sensor right here that's acting up. When these act up, there is a disagreement between the throttle position, which is kind of butterfly inside this this assembly here. If you were to take and pull this off, you'd be able to see it. There's a disagreement between the number of degrees that this is open and what this is telling the engine control module. So we have one of those on order, so it'll be in on the 29th. We also noticed that the oxygen sensor on bank 2 number 1, which is the pre-cat on the high cylinders, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on the 4, 5, 6 side, the oxygen sensor is the heater in it is bad. So we actually have one of those. We're going to be changing that today. Something that I noticed, which is kind of disturbing, they must have had a very large sound system in here with a large amplifier, because the thing is, on the battery on this post right here, there was about an 8-gauge wire that had been cut, and we still need to take the ring off of there. So this is a new battery, so the sound system may have killed the battery. But one thing that's kind of disturbing is down here on the alternator, after we ran it for a little while, this exciter lead that goes into the alternator was very, very hot. Okay, and you can actually see here where there was a discoloration of the wiring, and if you pull this little cap back, you'll see that this post right here that goes into the alternator is burned. Okay, which means it really had to take and put out some current to take and keep the battery up while the sound system was going. What else we noticed that kind of verifies that is the windings that you can kind of see inside here are discolored. They look like they've been heat treated a little bit. They should be kind of a brighter orange or reddish color. So we have another one of these on order. We're going to be picking that up this afternoon, and then we might put a serpentine belt and check the tensioners and see if they're okay. The very last thing that we're going to take and do to this, hopefully, is you can look down in here and you see this kind of a silver button here on the back of the headlight. These are aftermarket high intensity discharge lights, and we don't really like those very much. We're a big fan of stock. Okay, so all that's going to go out. These things right here are the plugs that feed it, and you notice the locks are gone on there. So we're going to take and pull these connectors off and repin them. And we also noticed that the lenses on here are frosted. So we're going to be changing that whole assembly. One other thing that we noticed is that this right here, we're getting a code for fuel injectors, and it was number 1, which is this is cylinder number 1 right here in front. This connector is broke. This one right here, the keeper's gone off of that one, so we're going to go ahead and take and put a pigtail on here. We should have those coming on Monday. And there's one on this side, and then we notice that there's one down on this side here that so there's one on each side that needs to be changed, okay, to make sure that the fuel injectors are getting the signals that they require. So if we change that connector and then the code comes back, we'll just go ahead and we'll pull the fuel rail, and then we'll go ahead and put an injector in it. Okay, so when you take it by a mechanic special, you don't know who's been in there, what they've done, what kind of parts they've used. All these wires need to be dressed too. It's had a plug wire set put on it, and nothing's put to bed. They're just kind of flying all over the place here. But when we take in, we go through those couple of items and get them fixed up. I think we made a very, very good decision, and we actually have a very wonderful car. The inside of the car is clean. Things aren't worn and torn up and all this kind of stuff. It has been taken care of to a certain extent mechanically. Maybe they should have gone someplace else, but I think we can make it right. Okay. Thank you very much for subscribing. We love you all. And you know, if we run into anything odd or anything about this, I'll go ahead and make a video and show you what we're going through. Okay. Today's Saturday. Hope you have a wonderful day and find something exciting to do, and just reward yourself. You've worked hard this week. Okay? Talk to you next time.